I'm going to start with you because I want to talk about whether or not kids being able to get a vaccination will really move the needle on people returning to, being in person. We look at some of the census figures, and they said 4.9 million people said they were caring for children or had, daycare issues, and that's why they weren't back in the workforce.
Yeah, the challenge is, Elizabeth, around the vaccines for children aged 5 to 11. It's so very early to tell. Many children have only got their first jab. Those parents who are staying at home because they're concerned that their children may be in schools that have got COVID cases may not necessarily feel more confident returning to an office, especially if their worker is embracing much more flexibility. So I think the biggest challenge around childcare is the under fives and how we can get universal pre-K and access to childcare so that people can actually have confidence to return. We know that we saw in the jobs report female participation rate and that of caregivers is low, and that's the real challenge now. It's actually getting people back to the workforce as opposed to the workplace.
Yeah, Julia, to that point, we take a look at some of, the numbers that come in, and, we see from the Bureau of Labor and Statistics that, big growth, 531,000 in October, and also some significant upward revisions as well. But are we anywhere close to where we want to be?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a ways to go, and there's so much volatility still with the schools and what Bhushan was just describing. You have one student who gets diagnosed with COVID. Now you have to shut down the classroom. Parents who may have tried to go back to work have to be back at home to take care of those kids, right? And so it's just an extremely disruptive cycle. When you think about the business growth, many companies are posting still record profits right now, and they're looking at the economy. The economy is doing well, and ultimately, what that means is, companies are trying to staff up. They're trying to bring more employees back, but they're just not out there. The Great Resignation. Many people are leaving the job market still.